I'm Shannon Kelleher and this is your Week 9 UOW update. A local MP is continuing to urge the Illawarra community to support his campaign to regulate sports betting during games. Stephen Jones has held a community forum in Dapto to flesh out concerns. Alyssa Martin reports.
Members of the Illawarra community have gathered tonight to back the campaign against betting advertisements in sport.
This is a region that is sports mad and football mad. We love it, and we want to ensure that the future of our footy and the future of our football codes is one that we feel comfortable with. It is normal when you go to the races that you're a part of the gambling. In fact, most people wouldn't go unless it was a part, to go and have a bet. And that's fine. That's the nature, that's the culture of those sports. But it's not yet the culture of footy. I don't want it to become the culture of footy.
So we would say, based on our research evidence, that there certainly needs to be more regulation surrounding this, that in a way a lot of the marketing strategies have got away from the regulations that exist around them, and so we'd like to see much stricter regulation from the federal government around how gambling is marketed during sport.
Illawarra is a hotspot for problem gambling, and I think it's probably an issue that we need to start to address more collectively, at a region-wide level. It's very unfortunate that I suppose large multinational corporations, which essentially they are, end up, I suppose, really benefiting or profiting from a lot of social hardship and dysfunction.
I think it's not a healthy culture for us to be promoting. This is our opportunity to say this is not what we want to be normal.
Alyssa Martin, UOWTV.
After 5 sensational days of fundraising celebrations, Team UOW has raised just under $4,000 to fund its trip to China for the Solar Decathlon. The team has officially completed construction and deconstruction of its Illawarra Flame House and is looking forward to competition in July.
We had a couple of government ministers who came down to officially open the house, and through the week, including our Illawarra Flame Festival, we had over 1,500 visitors through the house.
This week, the Illawarra Flame House is being taken down and shipped to China, but the team at home is still pushing towards its $200,000 target to ensure the whole team can go.
So they can head to our website and just to like us on Facebook and follow our journey.
And the team has some high-powered support.
Everyone's just been saying this thing is really a big deal, especially because now that you've got the Prime Minister on board, this must be just massive.
Not only is Wollongong University a great place to study, but it is also a place where research is thriving. According to the Leiden ranking, UOW is now ranked in the top 1% of universities in New South Wales for research. UOW's Professor Gordon Wallace says research should have a measurable impact.
That's quite extraordinary, a place like Wollongong attracting the world into Wollongong to do high-class research. And I think that contributes to the whole society that we're creating here in Wollongong. So it's about the economy, it's about education, but it's also about the contribution to the society that we're building in Wollongong, and research has a critical role to play in that.
Professor Gordon Wallace has published 700 papers in conjunction with researchers around the world. Here at Innovation Campus, students and academics work together, pushing UOW to the top spot for research quality in New South Wales, making it an international contender.
We have lots of international collaborations that we've built on. We're working with organisations in more than 20 countries at the moment.
The world ranking is really important to attract the good people to do the research and the good students to research and learn from the academics, and so it is important. The investment in research is returned tenfold or more than tenfold.
We're generating here are not just the researchers of the future, but we believe they'll be the research leaders of the future.
We're really now trying to focus on our global challenges and how to make even more of a difference to the local communities and then translate that globally.
Those rankings really do emphasise the importance of collaboration. Global challenges need big global teams in order to make an impact, and so that's what drives us.
Lizzie Hunter, UOWTV.
Speaking of research, UOW's inaugural Big Ideas Festival is on Wednesday at the Innovation Campus. It's a chance for 12 UOW academics to showcase their work. Among them is Professor Stephen Blanksby, who has created a free radical catching machine.
think it's important to try and make that connection, because people have to understand why we're doing this, what the outcomes can be in the future, but also to understand that this is a long process. There's a lot that we don't know about molecules that affect our lives every day. Free radicals we interact with every day. Our body is constantly exposed to free radicals.
Professors will have the opportunity to explain the importance of their research.
So if you come along, you get to see my benzene molecule in action, and that will be worth the price of a ticket for sure.
The Faculty of Creative Arts has played host to 50 teachers from across the Illawarra. It was the first time Visual Arts has run the event. Dr. Penny Harris spoke to the teachers about entry options for HSC students considering studying creative arts at UOW.
Very welcome here, and building those relationships and giving them some information about the course, what we do here, and hopefully have continuing sort of conversations.
Having Wollongong University being able to offer this to the students in the Illawarra is excellent, because you've got a university which is highly accessible, it's creative, it's a wonderful environment to come to because it's innovative, and as soon as you come in here you know it's an exciting place to be and you can feel it when you enter.
The day ended with a tour of the art and sculpture studios. Illawarra and South Coast Year 10 students have attended the Future Finder evenings at Wollongong and Shoalhaven campuses. Current students and staff were on deck to talk about teaching and studying here. Lizzie Hunter reports.
It can seem daunting, the prospect of stepping into the world of university. But here at the Shoalhaven campus Future Finder evening, UOW is putting its best foot forward and talking to Year 10 students and their parents about university life.
This is a night where a lot of the community are coming to find out about what's going on at University of Wollongong. There are more than 50 people booked in for tonight's event. I think that says that there's a lot of people who want to come and find out what UOW is doing locally.
I think that we need to let as many people know about what the University of Wollongong has to offer. I think it needs to be promoted more, and also what courses are offered need to be promoted that little bit more.
Because I have no idea what I plan to do with my future and stuff at university, but I'd like to get that under control and learn about how to go through HSC and stuff.
I want to go to the University of Wollongong, definitely. I really want to get a degree in music or the creative arts.
I'm here with my daughter, just checking out some career options. The University of Wollongong's got a really good reputation on a lot of fronts, so I think it's a major contender, not just academically or locally, but I think and also the courses that it offers. It's very wide-ranging.
I think just their facilities and their research departments, I've been looking at that quite a bit.
The earlier they get in their head what they can and maybe what's within the realm of possibilities for them, and they can apply themselves early, I think it's a really important thing to do. Yeah, it's a great night.
I think it's a really significant moment in time for the university to be saying, hey, have a look at us, think about what's out there, make clever choices as you go on for the next 2 years.
Lizzie Hunter, UOWTV.
Gen Y is used to having the lines blurred between creators and users of media. One UOW artist is taking this even further by creating interactive art that blurs the line between man-machine and artist-audience. Rowan Comedic reports.
Like much of society, many artists see the rise of technology as a challenge to the way in which we relate to each other. Colombian-born artist Mimo Lestas sees it as a different picture. Using the power of the internet, he creates artwork that blurs the line between artist and audience.
Art has a long history of being involved with new technologies. A pen is a kind of technology. He's an artist who is using whatever tools he finds to create his work, and at the moment it happens to be programming.
Basically, these works are about interactivity, sociability, and the idea that art could be accessible to anyone, everywhere. We can produce artwork that is really related to the interaction with the viewer, that is not anymore like an art that has to be so far away from the viewer and have to be like put into a pedestal. It's an artwork that is accessible. And
the Qubit Zoid artwork is an interactive web-based art installation that reacts to the appearance and actions of the individual using it.
I always think interactive works are kind of the coolest ones because you're not just looking at something, you're kind of becoming a part of it because you're impacting the way it kind of works. So I really enjoyed it. I think it's cool how you kind of have to find yourself and scroll through all the, it's kind of a bit deep and people can interpret it a whole bunch of different ways.
Yeah, it's very representational of our generation, and I think that's probably where most art and our society in general is sort of moving to that way, where the power belongs with the people rather than a sole sort of leader or dictator.
To become part of this artwork, log on to www.mimolastas.tk. Rowan Comedic for UOWTV.
Dragons second rower Tyson Frizell has swapped the football for the barrel when he was the guest of honour at the Green Acre Disability Services raffle in Wollongong last week. Reporters Blake Foden and Julian Keith spoke to Frizell about his first Anzac Day match and the upcoming clash with Manly.
Green Acres Disability Services in North Wollongong held their annual raffle last week, with Dragons second rower Tyson Frizell on hand to draw the winners. The Dragons will take on the high-flying Manly Warringah Sea Eagles on Monday night. Despite the Eagles missing a host of stars because of injury and suspension, Frizell expects a tough challenge.
Yeah, definitely. They always are. They've got a few players missing, but in saying that, it's not going to affect their team, and they've got players that will come and slot in, and it'll be a great test for us on come Monday night.
Witches and wizards have gathered to cast a spell over campus. Our Michael Liu went to see why they were so far from Hogwarts.
Hi, this is Michael Liu reporting from Harry Potter Day, where the Harry Potter Society has transformed the University of Wollongong into Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft. Let's get magical, Muggles!
Today is Harry Potter Day to celebrate the victory of Harry Potter over Lord Voldemort.
What significance does that have to you?
Well, we're free from the oppressive reign of the Dark Lord.
It's when a lot of people died in the Harry Potter books, and so it's a celebration of Harry Potter and also a remembrance.
Harry Potter? Oh, I think it's a fantastic day. Great day for all Harry Potter fans to get together and just enjoy Harry Potter.
So how do you plan to celebrate Harry Potter Day?
Watch all the movies and read the books again.
Pretty much the same. Watch movies all night.
Drink a lot of butterbeer and have as many cauldron cakes as I can.
What message have you got to the Muggles out there?
Believe in magic, you Muggles!
To keep your cauldron clean.
It's awesome.
Best day of uni.
And now for On the Spot. And this week we ask, what's your big idea?
What's your big idea?
It is my hope that someday meditation will be considered a science.
Free water. I think that no one should have to pay for water.
My big idea is to stop fast food and to give everyone the necessities of food free worldwide, like bread and milk and things like that, from the money that we would usually use in fast food.
Harry Potter should be turned into a religion.
Yeah. People coming around with free pizza, like meat lovers or cheese.
I think a good idea is, in reference to my shirt, I think we should legalize it.
Yeah. Let's make mangoes
and tea cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abolish footwear, I say.
And that's our update. I'm Shannon Kelleher, and we'll see you next week.